Alright guys, today we're going to go over how to get all the INCARNON weapons and adapters. So there's quite a few different ones that we're going to go through here. So we've got like the root box here, which is pretty freaking sweet. Haven't used it that much, but it is pretty powerful. Of course, we got everybody's favorite, the Torrid, which just melts anything and everything it touches. And some of the OGs like the Latum, which is a nice little secondary to carry around with you. Now I'd like to say INCARNON weapons are probably the meta thing in Warframe right now because they're some of the most powerful weapons you can get. So let's go ahead and go through how you can get every single one of them. INCARNON weapons and the adapters. Now the first ones I want to go through are what I call the OGs. They were the original INCARNON weapons that DE introduced into the game. So we've got the Phalarx, which is a INCARNON shotgun. You've probably heard of the Latum. It's a little handgun. It's an INCARNON weapon as well. We also have the Innodim, which is a nice little dagger. We have the Finmore, which is really fun to play with, which is an INCARNON rifle. And then our last OG INCARNON weapon is a melee weapon, which is the Praetos. Now you can see up here, all of these require mastery rank 14. So now these weapons aren't available until you get the Zariman unlocked. So Angel of the Zariman, once you get that quest completed and you have full access to the actual Zariman over here on the left, what we can do is we can go here to the Chrysalith. Now, once you land in the Zariman, you're going to probably want to talk to Quinn here. He's our bounty giver. Run some of these bounties so you can actually get some standing to be able to buy some of these INCARNON weapons. Now, once you got some bounties done, got some void plumes, you can turn around and go straight back here behind him to Cavallero. Now, once you talk to him, you've got Browse Wares. Now, once you open up his menu, you've got a bunch of different arcanes. You've even got an AMP arcane adapter in here. But what we're looking for are the actual INCARNON weapons here. So we got the Phalarx, which is the shotgun. We got the Innodim, which is the dagger. The Latum, which is the actual little pistol. We've got the Finmore, which is the rifle. And we've got the Praetos, which is another melee. Now, you want to make sure you're ranking up with the holdfast because some of these will be locked for you until you rank up a little bit with these guys. Now, these next two INCARNON weapons were introduced during the Whispers of the Wall quest. So we've got the hand cannon here, which is the Onos. It's pretty fun to use. And then we've got the Ruvox, which is another melee weapon, but it's a fist weapon. So now to get these two weapons, once you've got the Whispers in the Walls quest completed, once you get to that point, what we can do is go to our navigation. And then you can see over here on Deimos that we have a whole new section here. We've got, what is it, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 new missions here that we can do, but we also have the Sanctum right here that we can visit. Now, to be able to get the Onos and the Ruvox, if you come over here and talk to Lloyd, now down here at the bottom, he's got Research Dante. So once you look at that, you've got the Onos blueprint here and you've got the Ruvox blueprint here. But for the actual Ruvox, you're going to also need to pick up the blade and the glove. So you can see there it's going to take 2 blades and 2 gloves. Now these cost vessel capillaries up there. You can see I've got 159 of these. Now how do you get these? Now if you go back to our navigation, zoom back in on Deimos, the Armistice Disruption mission. Now when you run this mission, you have a chance after you complete so many rounds to get a Ruvox, a Dante, one of the Onos parts to drop, or when you kill one of the Demolist, which is a Necromech, they will start dropping vessel capillaries, which is that currency you can spend with Lloyd. Now, once you finally get your key, we're on our second round actually. So if we go ahead and activate this little conduit here, we're going to go take down this next Necromech and then the round will be complete. And hopefully we get a nice drop from this since it's the end of the second round. All right, there we got the Ruvox Blade Blueprint. I'm going to go ahead and extract. You get the point. Run the mission, activate the conduit, take down the Necromech, get the vessel capillaries for that actual second chance that you can use in the shop with Lloyd to be able to buy any of the parts that you're missing. Now, I do recommend if you are saving up vessel capillaries and you haven't bought anything yet, farm this mission quite a bit until you get enough to buy either the whole set or wait until you have enough to pick up the few pieces that you're missing. Because once you do buy a piece and then you have to go back and farm to get more vessel capillaries, for example, and you get one of the drops that you're needing anyways from the drop, it was kind of a waste of time. So might as well just farm up a bunch of vessel capillaries and see what you get during that run, if that makes sense. So now that we're done talking about the Onos and the actual Ruvox, let's talk about INCARNON adapters. Now, INCARNON adapters take weapons that were already in the game and give them an INCARNON evolution. So like the Torrid, which is a very popular weapon right now, it probably will be for a while, but what it usually does is it shoots these little gas-tight grenade things or whatever. and you can hear that little scream. So now we can activate our Incarnon evolution. So we're going to do that. Now, instead of shooting the little plops there, we've got a major destructive laser beam weapon in the palm of our hands here. So this does quite a bit of damage. This is why everybody likes it. And there's plenty more, like the dual tox assist. Activate the Incarnon evolution. You hear the scream by getting some headshots. We're going to activate the evolution. Turns it into a rapid fire. I love these guns. Anyways, you get the point. Regular guns now have Incarnon evolutions. Well, some of them do. Now, to be able to get those Incarnon adapters, you're going to have to be able to make it through the rest of your starter all the way over here to Saturn at least, because you're going to need to do this Uranus junction here. You can see that we'll get the quest for the Duviri paradox. Now, once you're able to complete this quest, you'll have a little symbol up in your navigation, which I'll show you right now. So you see up here the little mask. If we click on that, now once you've run the Duviri experience once, you should have access to the circuit. Now the regular part of the circuit lets you pick between 3 different Warframes to farm. So right now I picked on, it was Chroma, just because. Now if you don't have Chroma, or maybe Hildren pops up there sometimes, Baruch, Necros, a lot of different Warframes that you can choose from, but you only get to pick one to run for the week. Now once you've run the experience and you have access to the Steel Path side of the circuit, you can actually pick between a couple different Incarnon adapters. So this week I chose to pick the Okina and what is this one down here, the Sestra. So these are the 2 I picked, but there's usually 5 weapons that you can pick from, and I'll throw those up for each weekly rotation. Now you can pick these 2, and then next week they'll have a different rotation up, so on and so forth. So I went ahead and pulled up the little wiki here, so you can see week 1 you can get the Bratton, the Lado, the Skana, the Paris, or the Kunai. And then the next week it'd be a Boar, Gamma Core, you got the Angstrom, Gorgon, Enku. Week 3, Bo, Latron, Furus, Furax, Strun, 4, Lex, Magistar, Boltor, Bronco, the Ceramic Dagger. And then week 5 we've got the Tord, Dual Toxicist, Dual E-Core, Miter, Atomos. 6, we've got Akim Brunt, Soma, we got the Vasto, Nami, Solo, and we got the Burstin. Week 7, there's Xylox, Sabir, Dread, Despair, Hate. And then week 8, which is happening currently, or what I've just chose from while making this video, was the Dara, Sybaris, Sestra, Sikaris, and the Okina. And they just repeat. And then after week 8, it just resets, and you can go through and pick 2 of the weapons that looks like it'd be interesting to you, or you might already have the weapon like the Bratton, or the Bratton Prime. You want to try it out, pick that and something else. And that's how you can get some of the best weapons in the game, the Incarnon weapons. Hopefully this helps you out whether you're new to Warframe or just looking on how to pick up any of the Incarnon weapons in general. Hopefully this helped you out, and I would appreciate it if you made it this far. Leave a like on the video, and if you're new, consider subscribing, and check out the streams Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We play lots of Warframe here, obviously, and I will see you in the next one.